people are getting upset with Halo 4. I mean, I'm reading it around the internet. People are getting disenfranchised. They're getting upset. They're getting mad. They're saying Halo 4 sucks. Now, I agree that some of the Halo 4 mechanics and maps and what have you seem but I'll get into that a little bit later. But some of the reasoning that these people have for saying Halo 4 sucks, not that Halo 4 needs to be improved, but Halo 4 sucks, it's just totally stupid, and I'll get into them. First off, bolt shot. Some people say bolt shot it needs to be completely removed, that it's broken or what have you, and that might be the case. I don't personally use bolt shot a whole lot. Maybe when I pick it up from a dead person and I need a gun, but I don't use it a whole lot, so I personally wouldn't know what to tell you there. I will tell you that I don't know when someone else is charging it in the heat of battle, you know what I mean? I don't know when someone else is charging it, because it doesn't seem to do much on the screen. So the visual cues aren't there, or maybe I'm just not recognizing it. But that's something that we could investigate. What else? Ordnance drops. People are saying that ordnance drops, good ordnance drops, aren't really frequent and are rare, and they're getting mad at that fact. Well, personally, I enjoy that aspect. I enjoy that. Why? I don't use a whole lot of power weapons unless I pick them up. I personally use what I have. DMR, usually DMR and BR as my primaries for my loadouts, and then a plasma pistol as a secondary loadout. And I'm perfectly fine with that. I don't have any armor abilities, and my upgrades, my tactical and support upgrades, are dandy for me, you know what I mean? So I just play. I don't see how that's a problem. It just means that I have to prove myself more. And if these guys have to use incineration cannons or rocket launchers or what have you to kill me, binary to kill me, then okay, I accept that. It's not necessarily that it's those weapons aren't too frequent. It's just that I don't use those weapons a lot, so I gotten used to that. And I will agree with some people. Well, I will agree with some people on some things. I guess the hitboxes are so weird in this game. I mean, I can hit, or I personally have done it myself, and then I've seen it done to me, where someone clearly aims to the left or right of my head, aims to the left or right of my head, or I aim to the left or right of their head, and they still get the kill. The hitboxes seem to expand sometimes, at least to me. Expand, and then you get a kill when you're not actually hitting the box or the person on screen, but you're apparently hitting their hitbox, which is weird. But I don't know, and maybe that's just me. And I went back and played Halo 3 the other day. I played Halo 3, and I'll be honest with you, the multiplayer, now that the hype over Halo 4 has died down, I honestly think that the Halo 3 multiplayer was better than Halo 4. I honestly do. Now, Halo 4 is definitely better than Reach, but Halo 3 overall I think is better than Halo 4. Why? Maybe it's that sense of nostalgia that I'm not willing to let go with a Bungie-made Halo game, you know? It just feels proper, it feels nice, it feels like Halo. Like the Halo you grew up loving, the competitive multiplayer Halo that you grew up loving. But 343 sort of said something like this. I don't want to put words in their mouth, but that you would definitely feel like a super soldier, that you would feel heavier in Halo 4 or something like that. You'd feel at least like a super soldier. Me personally, maybe it's just me, I feel more like a super soldier in Halo 3. I mean, the kills are much more satisfying in Halo 3, whether it be with AR or BR or Sniper. Halo 3's Sniper was the hardest out of the Xbox 360 Halos. Out of all the Halos on Xbox 360, Halo 3 was the hardest, yet most satisfying to master, you know what I mean? And back in Halo 3's heyday, I mastered that Sniper, and it was pretty awesome. Now, Halo 4's Sniper feels a lot more like Reach's Sniper, but And again, I was one of those people before Halo 4 come out and there were all these changes being talked about. I was like, hey, I'm all up for change. This is 343's Halo. And although it plays like Halo, it doesn't feel like any prior Halos past, you know what I mean? And I guess that's sort of wanting your cake and eating it too. Wanting your cake and eating it too. You want innovation? I'm sort of stuck between that right now. Before Halo 4 came out, I was so gung-ho about change, you know what I mean? I was so gung-ho. But now that Halo 4 is out and I'm sort of getting to play it a lot more, I want my cake and I want to eat it too. I want innovation, yet I sort of want similar gameplay to Halo 3. Because Halo 3's gameplay was just fun. But then it's when you could get a good match in Halo 3, because there was always that lag, or in Halo 3, that the servers were never properly adjusted in Halo 3. But whenever you could get a good match, it was always awesome gameplay. And I don't know if I said it in this take before, even though Reach is obviously the worst of the recent Halos, or maybe the worst of all Halos, and even though I had my fun in Reach, I have no problem admitting that it was probably the worst of all Halos. If you play Halo Reach and Halo 3, and then play Halo 4, you can definitely tell that Halo Reach and Halo 3 are Bungie Halos. They have similarities in gameplay. Obviously they play differently, but they have similarities in gameplay that you can tell that they're Bungie Halos. And it just feels classic. It feels like Halo. Especially Halo 3 and Halo 2. But Halo 4 feels different. And I was all for innovation. And you know what? I'm not even going to totally say that reasoning it makes Halo 4 suck. Maybe it's, like I said earlier, that sense of nostalgia that I don't want to give up, you know? But keep in mind that Halo 1 compared to Halo 2 and obviously Halo 3, well, I guess depending on who you talk to, but the general consensus seems to be that Halo 1 sort of sucked when it came to Halo 2 and 3. And it wasn't a bad game in and itself, but it's sort of... Bungie evolved their game and made Halo better. So I'm hoping that Halo 4 is just the first Halo for 343. Obviously it is. And that their other iterations, Halo 5 and 6, will improve upon the formula. You know how differently multiplayer in Halo 2 felt to Halo 1? Maybe Halo 5 multiplayer will feel that much differently to Halo 4. Maybe it'll be a step in the right direction like Halo 2 was. I'm hoping for that. I mean, this was their first foray into Halo 343 at least, and I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. It seems like a lot of people, if they don't have their way right now, they're just, Halo 4 sucks, 343 sucks. They're not listening to us. They need to listen to their fans. And I'm like, people are so entitled these days. They're not patient. Who knows how patches can change the game? I remember I actually enjoyed the title update for Halo 4. Armor lock was nerfed, and you could easily counter armor lock, even though you could sort of easily counter it in default settings. But it was much more nerfed. The DMR became more accurate, even though it was only 85%. It's still wildly inaccurate compared to the Halo 4 DMR, but it was much more accurate than the default Reach DMR. So I actually had fun in the title update. So who knows how this title update or future title updates can affect Halo 4. Me personally, now that I play Halo 3 though, like I said earlier, I personally prefer the all-around gameplay in Halo 3 better. And I'm personally going to go along for the ride. Hopefully 343 changes gameplay to where it feels better. Not necessarily like old Halo, because people don't... You can't want the same thing again and again. Well, I guess COD fans are sort of the outlier. They always want the same thing over and over again. Although I hear Black Ops 2 actually has innovated. I'll have to check that out myself. But in general, Call of Duty fans... I'm kidding, Call of Duty fans. I'm kidding. I'm joshing. But same thing, you hear it all the time. Call of Duty is just a $60 map pack every year, or $60 DLC. You don't want the same thing again and again, but then again, you realize that, well, I guess it's just me, that I realized, at least for me, Halo 3 has better gameplay. And I completely realized that that is my opinion. Ah, man. I completely realized that is my opinion. Now, something else I wanted to discuss, I guess, in regards to Halo 4. The kills, oh no, I already discussed that, right? Oh no, I haven't. The AR in this take. The AR just seems so overpowered in this game. And same with Needler and Shotgun and all these other things. And the kills don't... I already talked about how Halo 3 kills, how in Halo 3 when you killed someone with any weapon really, it felt much more heavy and like there was much more oomph. You know what I mean? In Halo 3, the AR is, at least in my opinion, is OP. The Needler is OP. You can't really counter that at all. If you start shooting someone, you get the first hit, and they have a lock on you on Needler. They'll get the kill. They'll get the kill. And also another gripe I've had with Halo 4, the blast radius of the explosives, whether it be nades or rockets. The only really rocket or explosive type of weapon I like is the incineration cannon, because that actually has those balls of whatever plasma. I don't know if you consider the Promethean ammo, or no, the Forerunner ammo as plasma. What do you call it? But it has those balls that come out after the initial impact and can kill other people as well. So it makes the radius seem more. And I know there's an armor or an upgrade that increases the radius. I don't know how it affects it, but the default blast radius for most of these explosives is so little, you know what I mean? The rocket seems less powerful. The nades seem less powerful than even Halo 3, and less effective. So it's sort of difficult when you try to get a kill. But yeah, and I don't know if it's just me, but the little nade indicator sort of messes me up, because the nade can be completely behind me, but when that nade indicator shows up, I'll maybe jump in the direction of the nade instead of actually being aware of my surroundings like in past Halos, you know? Maybe that's just me. But all of these gripes really, well, not all of them, but most, well, not even most, maybe some of these gripes aren't game-breaking mechanics that you'll have to say Halo sucks because of it, or Halo 4 sucks because of it. Now, another thing I wanted to touch on real quick, the maps in the Crimson DLC playlist, and obviously the Crimson map pack, it's disappointing that they're primarily big team maps. All three of them are really big team maps. And I don't see how they're broken. I don't know if people think that are mad that they're broken. I don't know if they're broken. I personally haven't noticed anything that was to my chagrin. I'm just disappointed that they're primarily big team maps. But that itself is not justification to say Halo 4 sucks. Hopefully 343 can finally get some small maps in here though, because small map gameplay is sort of the bread and butter of Halo, if you will. It's what we've all experienced when we first got into Halo, so they should sort of beef that up a bit. But all in all, I enjoy Halo 4, and I still think the campaign is one of the best, if not the best, tied with Halo 3 ODST. I think that campaign was innovative as well and beautifully done. But multiplayer-wise, Halo 4 can definitely use some improvement, but it doesn't suck. It's just there, and it doesn't feel like prior Halos. And again, sort of to, I know I'm repeating myself, but sort of to just wrap up so you guys can get what I'm saying. I do prefer Halo 3 better, and I want my cake and eating it too. I want innovation, yet I want sort of similar gameplay to Halo 3, but I know you can't really have that without changing something that someone won't like. It feels like Halo, but it doesn't feel like any other Halo prior, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. It's difficult. It's difficult. So it's difficult to discuss and sort of get my thoughts out there and to portray my thoughts in a intelligent manner. So really, I just want to thank you all for joining me. It's been an awesome ride, and see y'all later.